and welcome to my top 3 anime of winter 2017. We're already 3 months into 2017, what the heck happened? But yeah, if this is the first one of my top 3 anime thing you watch, there are no spoilers for the show that I'll watch. I'll just recommend the things that I liked in this season. So yeah, let's just get into it, starting from my number 3 on the list. My number 3 goes to March Comes In Like a Lion. Yeah? Is that what it's actually called? Shigatsu no Lion. Gonna be honest with you, I haven't completely finished this one yet, but I do enjoy it whenever I do have time to watch it. The thing about this anime is, it's very... I'm just gonna summarize it before I start talking about why I like it. It's basically about this school kid, as anime often is, who plays shogi. And there are some life struggles and there are some small dramas, like nothing really big, but yeah, it's basically like a cute show, but it's not like sports anime, like, you know, the usual sports anime you get from like Kuroko no Basket, Yowamushi Pedal, Haikyuu, those kinds of things. It's very different, it's very character centered, like extremely character centered, which is why I kind of really like the show, because what draws me into watching this anime is the artistic feel to it. It's the art style, it's the animation style, it's the music choices, it's the feel of the anime is what draws me more than the story. And not that the story isn't good, but I just enjoy the feels that it gives me, and I actually don't care too much about the story. Again, not that the story is bad, but the artistic feel of it is just extremely good. I mean, it's so well done. This makes sense if you watch like a couple of episodes, but it has that very specific way of telling a story. Like, it's very narrator heavy, so you have a lot of voiceover from the main character as he tells you about what's happening and how he's feeling and stuff like that. Especially because he goes through a lot of like internal struggles that you can really see him or hear him struggling when he tells tales of different things, and he also struggles with understanding like the outside world. He's very, yeah. It's kind of complex when it comes to character, which is another thing which is really great for this series. But I think it's also very much like a series that will, some people will really like it because of that artistic feel. I don't really know how to phrase it any other way. And some people won't find it too interesting because it tends to get a little bit boring because not much actually happens, but it's just very, yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It makes sense when you watched a couple episodes, but it really is like, if you want like high action and you want sports like Haikyuu and Kuroko no Basket that really gets you like, yeah, pumped up, this is really not it, because it's about shogi. I don't know if I mentioned that. Did I say chess? It's about shogi, which, you know, it's kind of the same kind of thing. It's just Japanese chess. That's basically what I know it as. But yeah, it's nice. It's good. So yeah, I would recommend that, but I also think that if you don't really care too much after the first couple of episodes, then you shouldn't watch it, then it's not for you. It's very, like, a specific group of people that this panders to, I think. Okay, second on my list, I have season 2 of Exorcist, or Blue Exorcist. I really like Exorcist, and I actually stopped watching the first season when it started like going away from the manga, which is, yeah. So basically, if you don't know Blue Exorcist, then what the heck? This is like a classic. Everyone has watched Blue Exorcist. It was one of my first animes as well, and one of my first mangas. And the thing about season 2 is, it's been so long since the first season that you really need to rewatch that if you don't remember anything, and if you do end up rewatching it or watching it for the first time, watch up until about episode 15 or 16 and then stop and then go watch season 2, because after that it changes stuff. And the thing is, it doesn't even change like go into a new story arc that's different from the manga, it changes something in the middle of an arc. So you know the battle where, I'm just explaining it now. The battle where Rin and Maimon, I think his name is, they fight. That fight ends differently in the manga and from what it does in the anime, so that's the point where you might have to read a chapter. But if you have no clue what the heck I'm talking about, Ano Exorcist or Blue Exorcist is about a world where the demon world and the human world kind of interfere with each other, and you have exorcists who then deal with the demons so that they don't fuck things up in the human world. And then the main characters are a group of high schoolers who go to this cram school to learn exorcism. And there are then stuff with the main character and some struggles there, and it's very, very shonen-esque. Like, very shonen-esque. It fits that genre perfectly. I'll be honest, I stopped reading the manga at some point because it actually got a little boring. But this, which I'm saying this not as a person who disliked the series, but just as a person who really loved the series up until that point. So the second season is definitely recommended watching because it is my favorite arc from the manga. And then if you want to, you can then pick up the manga, because I have a feeling that either we'll get like, kind of like with Black Butler, where we had like, the actual series just went off on its own, then you have like one season of Book of Circus, then you have the movie of Book of Murder, and now you have the new movie of Book of Atlantis, so it might do something like that, I don't know, but yeah, if you like Ano Exorcist, yeah, then go watch the second season, because it's actually really, really good, and it panders a lot to the like nostalgic feel if you were one of the people who watched the anime back in like 2011? Is that where it's from? 2011, 2010 or something? It's so old at this point, but it's really good. Like the soundtrack is amazing. That's one of the things as well with this anime. It has amazing music. Wow, the art style as well, but the music, holy crap, it's so good. And the opening and the ending, I've been listening to those on repeat, they're so, so good. So yeah, if you've never watched Ano Exorcist, then go watch it. If you've been kind of thinking, I don't know if I want to watch the second season, especially because there's so much confusion on how to get into it, because it doesn't start where the anime ended, then you can basically go watch episode 15 and 16, I think, or just to where the Amaimon battle ends. And then go watch the second season, because they do flashbacks to what actually happened in that battle, so if you're too confused, then the series actually, it makes up for it in flashback mode. So instead of flashing back to what actually happened in season 1, it flashes back to what happened in the manga. So that's just if you're confused. I'm guessing if you search what happened by the end of season 1 or something, or what should I know before starting season 2, you'll get a pretty good summary of what happened. Number 1 on my list. This anime was recommended to me by my good friend, who I talk about a lot. If you watch my vlogs, you'll know who she is. I talk about her every single vlog, and she has threatened me at this point that if I don't mention her, she'll kill me. So, yeah, shout out in this video. But yeah, she recommended me this anime. It's on its second season, so yeah. But this anime is Nanbaka, which is a different prison show from what you guys have been recommending me quite a lot. But Nanbaka is a show, anime, about these 4 dudes in a prison, and they're really good at escaping from prisons, but not from this particular prison, and then there are a lot of shenanigans. It's mainly, or it starts off as a comedy, and it's 90% comedy, but also with like some mystery plot thing going on, so it's not like it's completely humorous, even though it is, but it does have a decent plot as well. Because when it comes down to it, I'm not a comedy kind of person. Comedy is not a genre that I like watching, because I feel like I like gags within like a story heavy thing, because I think that's a lot funnier. Essentially why I like One Piece humor so much, because you have that intricate story, but then you have the gags, which are just amazing, plays off on the character's personality. But Nanbaka has like great humor, and it just does really, really great, I think. It might also just be because I don't watch a lot of comedy, but I actually think that it's pretty decent. And with pretty decent I mean like it's really really good. Obviously it's my number one over Exorcist, which I do really really enjoy. But yeah, Nanbaka is a lot of fun, and it gets you. Like I started watching it when it had around like 20 or 21 episodes. And I just watched it all in one sitting because it was so good and like very light, and I really needed it at that time, something light. And again with like a good story. I will say though, the second season ends in the middle of an arc, which was so annoying. Like both my friend and I were like, you can't just do that, you can't, and like it ended right before the climax, which I'm gonna take away points for that because that's really annoying. Like you can end an arc on a cliffhanger, but you can't end an arc in the middle, or a series in the middle of an arc. Like why would you do that? But it's still highly recommended. It's hard to like summarize what it's about because it's so much humor, so if I start talking about the storyline I have to like skip to what happens by the end of the first season. But yeah, it's one of those shows where if you watch the first episode you'll either be hooked or you won't, and if you don't like the first episode you won't like the rest of the series because it's that kind of humor it is. But I will say this, the characters have flawless nail polish, they have flawless hair, and they're all fucking gay. Like, holy crap. Holy shit, that show is just, whoa. The gayness level is like, through the roof. It's ridiculous. And in like, not at all in like a sports anime gay way, it's just, the heck. it's just very very gay, but in a way that I think a lot of people will find it funny and not in a like serious Yuri on Ice kind of way. But yeah, I think Nanbaka is really really funny. I mean, it has baka in the name. It's bound to be humor. Also, I believe that there must be a manga somewhere out there and I will read it because I need to know what happens next. That's how invested I am in this. I can't just leave it alone. But yeah, that's my top 3 of this year. I will say though, there's probably a reason that this video is much shorter than the 2 others I've done, and that's because I actually, with this season, a lot of the shows were just not to the standard. Like after last season, which had Yuri on Ice, it had Haikyuu, it had Keijo, it had Hibiki no Euphonium, like it had a lot of my favorite shows in that. So with this season I was really disappointed, and I didn't actually know what to put in this video until like 2 weeks ago because I just went through a lot of shows and I didn't like any of them. Like I finished watching the shoujo Masamune-kun's Revenge, and I was just like, why did I spend my time on this? I watched half a season of Gabriel Dropout and I was like, why did I waste my time on this? I watched the first episode of the Dragon Maid thing and I was like, why did I waste my time on this? So I tried very hard to find like that kind of slice of life thing because I always have one, but yeah. Now I'm just rambling. This has nothing to do with my top 3. And I'm sorry if you hated any of the 3 shows that I just kind of said I didn't like. They were okay, I guess. Like the music for Masamune-kun was really good, but I don't know why I took the time to watch the entire season because it was very standard and just very, yeah, very predictable at times. Like, wow. But yeah, I definitely recommend the 3 that were on my list for 3 very different reasons. Like, March comes in like a line, definitely for the artistic feel. Blue Exorcist definitely for the nostalgia feel, so it's definitely mostly recommended to old-time fans. And Nanbaka if you want like something slightly lighthearted, something very funny, and something that's just, yeah, it's something else. Definitely I'd recommend those 3 for different reasons, and I don't think, like, very few people I think will enjoy all 3 of them, but depending on what kind of person you are, you might find one of them really good. So yeah, that'll be it for my anime recommendation this season. I'm really interested in next season though, because we have Boku no Hero coming back, we have Attack on Titan coming back after 100 years. If you haven't heard the news, it'll only be like 12 episodes, which I'm not too sad about because that probably means we won't have another like 5-year gap or whatever. And yeah, but it also means that we'll probably not move too far into my favorite arc, which is a little sad. But yeah, but let me know if there are other animes next season that you would want to recommend to me, because those are the only two I know I'll watch. So yeah, you're free to recommend me from this season if there was anything that I missed that's actually good. You're free to recommend stuff that I could watch next season that might be included on this list. Like, I'm pretty sure I'll have Boku no Hero Academia and Attack on Titan on my list because I read the manga and I love both of them a lot. So yeah, but I still have one spot left. So of course I can watch more than those three. But yeah, I am rambling now. So yeah, you can leave a like on this video if you want to. Leave in the comments below recommendations for this season, next season, and just if you watched any of these 3 shows, what did you think about them? And yeah, I guess until next time guys, bye!